saw this on Reddit somewhere, and they were talking about like moving from a developer to a manager is not just a promotion; it's actually a career change for you.
Absolutely.
What are your thoughts on that?
I absolutely 100% agree. In fact, I have very strong feelings about this. I'll try and temper my strong feelings so that this is safe, still safe for work. So making a transition from IC to manager is like trying to jump the Grand Canyon with a bicycle. Like, it is really hard to do, and because it is a completely different role. Anyone who tells you like this is an IC role and this is a manager role is either not a very good manager or has never been a good manager. Like, I don't know how else to put it. It is a completely different shift in role. You now succeed as a manager because your team succeeds. It has very little to do with what you do directly as a manager on whether the team succeeds or not. Your job now is to create an environment where success is more likely. That's almost it. Like, also grow your people, right? Make sure that you put them in positions to be successful. But it has very little to do with what you do. You now have indirect influence over your people, and you have some influence over the process, but the product is like what comes out of the factory. You know, I'm a big believer that the machine that creates product is the people and the process together. That's like the big machine that where the widgets come out. But I don't believe you fix the product by focusing on the product. I believe you fix the product by focusing on the people and focusing on the process that creates the product. I was such a firm believer in this at Zillow. I coordinated the creation of what's called a community of practice, which is where all 200 dev managers at Zillow come together like once a month, and we talk about a topic that's important to all dev managers so that we can become better managers. Because Terrence may only be 1 year into being a manager, but his background is different than everyone else's because he's a different person. And he may have something to bring even to a director of engineering that doesn't have the experience that Terrence has, right? This is the different chess piece part. So I can learn from Terrence. If he has the same job title as me, there's something Terrence can teach me. I don't care how long he's been in the role, even if it's been a week. And so bringing together people who have the same job title and learning from each other, peer mentoring, it was just something I was a big believer in, because a lot of companies aren't very good at supporting people through that transition from IC to manager. If you saw this on Reddit, you've probably seen this statistic. It's like, what, 50% of all new managers fail in their first 12 months at being a manager, right? I paraphrase that to 50% of companies do a terrible job of transitioning people from IC to manager roles successfully. What do you expect from them? They need support.